allow the two children to have the budget.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mind. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha, now you not done here. All these bad politicians, them we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want to make the common man get waiting supposed get.
Hello there.
Maiyegun la wa mo, la mo do do do. Maiyegun la wa mo.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. I apologize for the late start. Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. I have been having some technical glitches starting this broadcast tonight. Please let me know if the audio is perfect on your own device there before we get fully into this.
Ani esunraki Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnràkì.
Also, happy birthday to our own princess, Princess Balogun. Today is her birthday. In case if you see her in the gathering tonight, just wish her an happy birthday.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ayé ẹ̀ súnràkì. Ọba bá dé wúrẹ́.
Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí fa ayé ìṣúra aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò.
like the broadcast, share it. Liking the broadcast means you are paying your offering. We are starting in a minute.
Ayé ìṣúra ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ayé ìṣúra kì.
So the audio is perfect. Even though I think there is a little bit of lagging, help me manage them, okay? I'm working on how to fix that for us. So happy Sunday to every one of you, brethren. And this program tonight can be classed as our Sunday sermon, where we call it a no holds bar session. It is a session whereby if you don't really have thick skin, you may be very uncomfortable, okay, with you know, how we are going to approach you know, the conversation tonight. So for those who love to be politically correct, for those who want to watch their languages, for those who are scared of their God representatives, you know, like the men of God and all that, you may not find this palatable or comfortable. So you might need to excuse yourself. We do say this because of you know, the new people and the new members who joined us, okay? So I hope you understand or you don't. So good evening to you, good afternoon to you, and good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live. And tonight, if you have read the caption of the broadcast, the description, that means you are halfway there, okay? So we'll start with the rider. Baba Adeboye has dropped another set of Lambas, okay? And I have told you this before. We all know the relationship between the pastors, be prophets, you want to call them, politicians, and the different policies of different government formulated by politicians. Majority of them they've kept the people poorer and unsafe, okay? However, the system has used religion to sort of keep people under control. And Baba Adeboye happened to be one of those prominent figures in that field. When Baba talk about all other things God says to him, I just feel like, you know, as a member of his flock, as one of his flock, right, it's up to you to sort of believe and kind of connect with it. But when they are using the same pulpit to pass some subtle messages that are just there to mislead the people, but it is not direct. It is to kind of control the mind of the people, okay, in a way that even when the calamities, the consequences of the actions of the politicians, who are also friends to the GOs, by the way, so when the consequences of the actions of the politicians begin to take effect, they will remember Baba told us that it was going to happen. Everybody that is complaining right now, they are unbelievers who should have known better. Because from the beginning of the year, Papa told us that he was going to get messy. He didn't tell us how messy, but we know we are in deep. Now, for clarity, okay, for clarity now, for balance. I mean, Baba Adeboye, and people like him, they are not your decision makers. So, do you understand? Like, they are not your president or your governors or what have you, which is in clarity. They are not. But like I said, if you understand the concept of people, politicians, pastors or prophets, and their policies in a rigged system like that of Nigeria, their role is indirect role, where they have millions of people that actually look up to them, including professionals. So do you understand that area, yeah? So when the policies of the politicians begin to take negative effects on the people, who are the people? They are also church goers, mosque goers, and people will not go anywhere at all. These are the people who are going to be the victim, who are the victims. You watching me right now, me speaking to you right now, we are the people, the victims. So where do we end up to seek solace? Churches, mosques, beer parlor, sometimes some shrines. Here you get seeking solace from the consequences of the policies of the politicians who are friends with pastors, prophets, mind game. So when people like me begin to, people like you will begin to ask me to pray. It is because of people like me, Nigeria is not working, because we don't have faith. What kind of faith is this that I have to suffer? In Islam, they tell you about Al-Jannah. They tell you about, what do you call it? Jahannam. That is hellfire. In Christianity, they taught you about hellfire and paradise. As a Yoruba man, a traditional Yoruba man, we don't have heaven, we don't have hell in my own tradition. That's why when we die, we automatically become ancestors. You know why? We said Otepai Buddha. That means I've moved to the other part of the world where I'm going to start another life. So sure, you get that kind of like belief. So we all have these different beliefs. And there are those who are very, very, very influential. When I say influential, these are people who also have influence on those who are making lives hell for everybody. They have influence, that much influence. But they cannot use that influence for you. Rather, they just have to play their part in ensuring that your mind, it's kind of managed. There's no guarantee that everybody is going to listen to them like that. Oh, sure you get. But They are part of the system. That is what I am trying to tell you. Because in the process that they are playing their game well, the criminals in government will allow them to keep every penny they are also making tax-free. And it is actually a multi-billion-dollar enterprise in Nigeria, where you have a lot of pastorpreneurs. However, like I said, Papa Adeboye is not the one making decision. His own job is just to prepare your mind. And according to him, there is a wind that is going to blow in 2024. Remember in 2016, when Baba commanded the Naira to rise, he said Naira, he said, World Bank, whether you like it or not, the Naira will rise. He said it with faith. But his friends in government who are thieves, they probably just laughed it off. But Naira did not listen to Baba Adeboye. People still kind of laugh about it till today. As the country degenerates, the economy completely goes to ruins. Poverty currently at its highest. Naira did not listen. Or probably the World Bank felt like, oh, are you sure? Like Bokwari's government was borrowing money left, right, and center from those who are living and those who are dead. It was like everywhere, to the point that he started printing money just for take. As they were borrowing everywhere, they were giving them condition, go and devalue that Naira. You get that? So the Baba now is now saying, ladies and gentlemen, there is a wind blowing. And that is, he actually said from the beginning, he said, I am not a prophet. Prophets are those who prophesy. Here you get, those are the ones who see things. But according to him, Baba Adeboye, in this state of Nigeria, he doesn't see things. He hears things because Daddy talked to him and speak to him. And again, if this message is for the congregation, as some people will say, of course, I would have nothing or no issue with it. But because me, I know how these things work. When Baba will leave, those of you that currently have no visa application, but they will give you visa this year and you have grabbed it as your New Year resolution. Those of you will say you don't get boyfriend, but you have been told you will marry and you'll give birth this year, is yours. You see those ones, they have to do with faith. Faith, belief. Some people will hear some things and they'll be like, that's funny. I don't even have a boyfriend. How am I going to get married and have kids this year? Oh, I don't even have a job. And they said that I'm going to be so rich and wealthy this year. I'm going to, that kind of things that they say to you. And some people just say, I take it. Oh, you are going to make $100 million this year and you don't even have a job, right? But you still have to take it if you have faith. That one is different. You see, when they begin to go to Nigeria issue, Baba don't cross express, Lagos-Ibadan expressway. Around that time, people like me will be interested because I know where that is headed, talking about influence. Because the problem people kind of complain about these days is that a lot of Nigerians who are indeed going through all of this right now, how come that they do not have that confidence and courage to stand up and mobilize themselves, hit the street, and tell these politicians, wherever they are from, PDP, APC, Labour, whatever it is, you are all suffering. But there is no unison of purpose to say, let's go out there. Because from every business centers they built, mosques, churches, so everywhere you see them, they are telling you to calm down and look up to the sky. Because the sky daddy is going to change it for you. Sure, you get, around that time, me, I know say about the cross express in here. we need to kind of address it. But without misquoting him, he said he is not a prophet. And there is a wind blowing right now. Because the truth is this, there is money in Nigeria. The money is just in the wrong hands. But there is a wind blowing. That wind is not only going to, it's not just going to expose those people. So, oh, that sounds good. If Daddy said that, if God said that, that's kind of believable, right? If many of them get exposed. Look at Beta Edu. Look at the mess she is in right now. People said people paid to be ministers under Tifnumbu. They pay as much as 1.5 billion naira to be ministers. And as you are right now, a lot of you have heard about Beta Edu Abi. There are other many Beta Edus who are doing the same thing right now. So if Baba said that, Daddy said, majority of them are going to be exposed this year. Exposure doesn't even like mean the end of their career. We have seen so many repentant criminals, like repentant thieves, who have sort of rebelled again, and they are still leaders everywhere. No be so, but I don't want to misquote him. Let's go listen to Daddy. From the start, Baba said this. Some of them are Lamba, so apologies to you if you are a redeemer, okay? Because your faith is your faith. Your faith is stronger than all of this, all right? And this is not in any way to insult Baba Adeboye and all of that. We just kind of want to make it clearer that, you know what I mean? Every time he attempted to insult our intelligence, here you get, some of us would kind of set the record straight so that people where they suffer, no go they think sinner because they're sin, the sin of their father, generational curses, and all of this nonsense that they have put in their head. Here you understand that, right? So the moment you begin to realize that even, you know, the states of economic hardship that you are in today, you know, whether you intentionally or unintentionally brought this upon yourself and the rest of that, okay? So the truth of the matter is that everybody, they collect as we speak. So if everybody collects, reach one level where they say, you know, if it take come again, and you see a lot of people who know if it take come again, I just say, yeah, today, not today, we'll go end them today. Here you get, that won't be the moments you'll be remembering that they told you, you are going to build houses this year. You are going to, you know, you are going to buy aeroplane this year, and you don't even get a job. You cannot even feed yourself. But because, you know what I mean? You don't want to go die before you buy the aeroplane. Abi? So you stay back. Do you get what I mean by mind work, right? This is supposed, I mean, this is kind of not meant to be anything against your faith and belief. You get that now? But when they cross the express, what do you tell the Egungun? Egungun, be careful now, express you, they go. And in this case, the old man is. But let's kind of hear him.
I'm tempted not to say anything about the new year for two major reasons. Reason number one, there are all kinds of prophets that are already prophesying. And I'm not a prophet, I'm just a pastor. So maybe we should leave the prophesying to the prophets. And then reason number two, you know, a true prophet will tell you what God says. And what God says many a times is not always what you want to hear. I'm going to start with Nigeria. And the reason I'm going to tell you the little that I can about Nigeria is because Somebody says if we jump from a story building, you will not be as wounded as if you are pushed. Because when you jump, you prepared for the landing. Everything God is saying, send around one little sentence, which interestingly I heard from those who are dramatizing. Even though they don't know what they are saying. You can write this in capital letters. The wind is blowing. And so you should include in your prayer that the wind will blow you good. Because the wind is blowing. It's already blowing. And you can't stop the wind. As far as Nigeria is concerned, my beloved children, things will get worse before it gets better. Mark my word. That's what Daddy says. We're already complaining that things are hot. Huh? The good news is the wind is already blowing. As it's going to get a bit hotter before it begins to cool down. That's what Daddy told me. Oh. That's not what I want to tell you. That's not what I would love to hear. But that's what he said. It will get worse before it gets better. Talking about Nigeria. Because the wind is blowing. Let me hear you say the wind is blowing. Say it as if you believe it. Some serious secrets will come to the open. You know, the elders have a proverb. If the wind blows, you will see the anus of the chicken.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
I told you it's going to be Lamba. Okay? And if you don't have Holy Spirit, you won't understand. But let me tell you what he's saying there, or trying to say. He said, wind is blowing. And it's like, now two winds, they blow. The first wind, now Owu wind, Shakpa wind, Shege wind, Shege Pro Max. And he said that one is going to get hotter before it gets better. So if you have been eating 3 square meals and they don't force you now to eat 2 square meals, hotter part of it is that you may be doing biri biri at some point before you begin to get better. Of course, you can see your economy. Daddy shouldn't, Baba Gio shouldn't probably wait for daddy to tell him that. Do you need any daddy to tell you what is going on in Nigeria right now, like economically? Do you need Holy Spirit to understand what is going on in Nigeria right now, economically? Do you? But there are people who do, who actually like, you know, and I'm not kind of judging you. I'm not judging anybody. But the point there is that that is just the first part of the the wind. The second part of the wind is that where he said some secrets are going to come to the open. Secrets like Dangote refinery is a fluke. Boguari's government is the government of thieves and then terrorists. What kind of secrets will Daddy now bring out later this year that is going to be beneficial to those of you that have been dragged down the Shapa swimming pool where everybody they drown right now? See, there is other part too. And somebody said Daddy is, Baba Gio is trying to be very careful. In Nigeria of today, you have to be very careful. But no matter how being careful, a lot of us can identify Lamba when we see them. Abi, this one is still about Nigeria. That's why we are talking though. Daddy, please continue, sir.
Tell your friend the wind is blowing. I think I better run away from Nigeria. What I mean by run away, I mean from prophecies concerning Nigeria. Don't lose hope. Because the wind is blowing, it means sooner or later things.
I'm so sorry, right? Like, like we said, he was trying to be very careful. Here you get. But Adeboye was like, I think I'm going to run away from this Nigeria. If I say myself, go Japao. But I didn't mean to run away like physically, but I'm talking about or prophesying about Nigeria. Then sharply, don't lose hope. Like he was getting to a stage where it's like it was about to be very honest. You know, when you see your Geo, emotionally telling you that, Otibol, you know, I know these people very well. I know them. We pray for them. Make I tell all of you. Oh, my tough, can they be paid? Some of you may not even come to church again. And you look at your Geo like, Daddy, what is going to happen to all of us, your children? Don't lose hope. I kind of like that. I'm sorry, I was laughing behind the scene, and somehow I just stopped the stop. Let's go back. It's a message.
Tell your friend the wind is blowing. I think I better run away from Nigeria. What I mean by run away, I mean from prophecies concerning Nigeria. Don't lose hope. Because the wind is blowing, it means sooner or later things will get cool. So in case you are thinking of Japaning, there are some of us who can't Japa. We can't go anywhere. We are here, whether we like it or not, and we will survive. For the individuals, the Lord made it clear to me that because the wind is blowing, There are some people who will start this year as nothing. But before the end of the year, they become significant. And he illustrated it. He showed me from the Bible that when he created man, he just took mud. And then the wind blew on the mud. And the mud became a living soul. So some will start this year as nobody. But before the end of the year, they will become significant. For the individual, just like those people who are doing their drama we're talking about, and I know the Holy Spirit must be speaking somehow to them, they didn't know what. There have been many opportunities this year. So get ready for them. This is what they call insider information. You are hearing about it now before the opportunities will begin to come. The girl who was talking to her husband, and I was laughing when the husband said that how long will this continue? That he has to soak gari in the morning. I said, hey, you better thank God that you have gari to soak. And the wife said, when the wind is blowing, some people will build a wall, some people will build a windmill. I said, who told her that? Opportunities will come your way. Get ready to grab them. Maybe I should stop there too for now. He said, no, Bibo. What else? Oh, well.
What else can I tell these people? What else can I tell them? Because they believe everything I tell them right now. Okay? Even though the wind is blowing, and some of you are still able to afford gari, or some of you will start this year as nobody, and you are going to end this year as somebody. Amen. I don't even say amen to my own. So you don't believe that because you know the reality doesn't reflect that prayer in Nigeria. Of course, some people are going to lose everything they've managed to earn and own finally this year. Some of you are going to lose your job because your business are going to pack up. Your employers are going to pack up because of the economic situation and all that. And some of you are going to get new jobs in new places and all of that stuff. But when you now put it's like a life and death. You don't say as people are dying, they are also giving birth to new people. That is what keeps this earth kind of running. Here you get. So the moment the number of people that are dying are more, far more than the people they are giving birth to. It is called depopulation. Wala ma deni, wala ma shele. But if they say the number of people being born are now more than those who are dying, wala tu ma shele niyen o. Overpopulation, no balance, just like life. This life, no balance. Like, you know what I mean? However, in Nigeria, when you now put all the numbers together, you will just be like, oh, more people have lost their jobs, lost their investment, lost their money, lost everything, and more have now jumped into the poverty brackets. Why those who succeed those who succeeded in Japa, like Pastor Adeboye said, those who succeeded in Japa, for example, in 2022, they were doing doing Thanksgiving in 2023. You see those ones who did crossover from 2022 to 2023 that they want to Japa, and their own Japa happened in 2023. You see this 2024, those ones are doing Thanksgiving. Here you get. At the end of the day, you see other hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, we know succeed in their own Japa. Nobody want to talk about them. See how massive God changed the life of the family of this young man. And that one too will say, man, I was praying hard though. I was praying seriously during the crossover. It didn't tell you that it just did the biometric at the Canadian embassy, the American embassy, the British embassy in Lagos, Abuja. It didn't say that, so it just went to that crossover alone. They must give me this visa. I have paid them 15 million naira. And the moment they say your visa is out on the 7th of January, boom. God is so marvelous. God answer prayer. What happened to me? Where we say, I also pray for that. And they don't give me. It's because you didn't have faith. If your faith is strong. No, they denied me because I used fake documents. Oh, God of favor could have turned it around. You know, that kind of thing, right? But because, you know, things are going to happen. But in the long run, in general, more and more people are falling into poverty. Not because they have no faith, not because they didn't pray enough, but because Baba Adeboye's children in the political wing, their policies continue to depreciate the economy and people continue to lose value of their money as well as their lives. Here you get now, Okay, maybe you don't. I'll give you the other part. This one is also fall off now. We go. Because it got to a stage that, you know, he told them, you are going to, amen. You will become somebody before the end of this year. Amen. You know, person will not be anything. Now their own prayer go the loudest. And you could hear them in the crowd. Amen, God. This is my year. And it is the lack of opportunities that has led to to millions of Nigerians to have left the shores of Nigeria. Lack of opportunities. And politicians continue to saturate the entire system with greedy, selfish, personal, greedy, selfish people who continue to milk the system and shrink the economic space. Meanwhile, the population is supposedly to be growing without any plan for them. You get? When a person where got, that's why these days they will tell you, people just have to do whatever they have to do to make money. It's all about money, man. They say, what is the source of you are not even asking for a source of wealth. Everybody is just going there to say, you don't even know where he's getting the money from. What is his source of wealth? Now the same people go say, shut up your mouth, John. Bad belly, wish. You're asking for a source of wealth. When he was poor, did you ask for a source of poverty? Bad belly people. Leave him alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. I mean, I have seen that many times, by the way. That is how much degenerated the entire society sort of has become. Baba never finished. I gave them the last Lamba because at the point it was like, what else? What else? What else did daddy tell me again? Oh. Because at that point it was like, oh, these guys will believe anything, oh, because they will claim it. You are in the presence of Baba Adeboye. Are you playing? Baba Adeboye is here and he wants to pray for you. Bishop Oyedepo is here. Are you playing? Your life has changed. Do you even understand? There are people with that strong faith, and I respect that. I do. The reality out there, which he personally knows, here you get, he could use that influence to tell you the truth and say, listen, you might need to actually stand up and fight for your survival in this country. Daddy told me it's going to get hot, but daddy also said you must be ready to stand up and fight. What I see is not good. They will believe him. So you mean God didn't say that, Abby? He just told people, oh my God, but don't worry, you go make them this year. Amen? I have one last one.
On the international scene, because the wind is blowing, there will be divine interventions in those places in the world where things are hot. There will be divine interventions. On the international scene, the Almighty God assures me that there will be quite a few medical breakthroughs that, particularly in the area of incurable sicknesses like cancer, like asthma, like hypertension, like what do you call this? Sugar diabetes. God said because the wind is blowing, there will be quite a few mighty breakthroughs, particularly in the area of medicine. Lift your hands to the Almighty God and cry to him and say, Father, let the wind blow in my favor. Go ahead, talk to the Almighty God. Let the wind blow in my favor. Let the wind blow in my favor. Yeah, the wind is already blowing. Let the wind blow in my favor, oh Lord.
Oshoni, Ajeni, Elebologun ni, Amanise ni, Afaimanise ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀. Oshoni.
Again, this is not to attack your belief or your faith, or faith rather, okay? But let's come to think of it. Baba said on the international scene, where things are hot, like where they are fighting war, the whole world, I don't know if you are paying attention. There is war everywhere, Abi, but there are popular ones. There are not popular ones. War everywhere. There is war in Nigeria where the jihadists are slaughtering Christians, unfortunately. Daddy didn't tell Baba Gio anything about Plateau people and the Middle Beltans and all that, because he's probably not interested. or he decided not to tell you what Daddy told him about the Fulani terrorists that are kidnapping and murdering Christians up north. But Daddy told him that things will cool down, maybe between Russia and Ukraine and NATO, and things maybe between Hamas and Israel. I mean, that would be good news, wouldn't it? Like if things could kind of simmer, right? But he also said there will be discoveries on, so there will be scientific discoveries for terrible diseases like diabetes, hypertension. And you know, majority of those who are in those churches, they will tell you they received their healing and all of that, you know, about this, about that. Great. But in Nigeria, in a space of, listen to this one, in a space of 8 years of APC, Egbekegbe, Nigeria lost over 20,000 professional health practitioners, doctors, nurses, and all of that to different parts of the world. Simply because they will not be paid. They are poorly kind of remunerated, right? However, they won't even pay them. Working in, under the conditions that, you know what I mean? It got so bad and many of them left in 8 years, which simply means, right? The 8 years of that destruction has been continued. It's not changing, just so you know, okay? However, the research that Pastor Adeboye is looking for, he said Daddy told him will happen, is obviously not going to happen in Nigeria, where they have chosen, right, never to fund education again, in case if you don't know. But before now, it was never really properly funded for this same reason, okay? So the poor facilities, infrastructures in their different, supposed citadels, institutions, you know, schools and all that, they are more pronounced too. Here you get, talk less of them sort of funding researches, scientific researches. No, in Nigeria, they will close down, they will sell warehouses, they will sell factories that have folded up. They will sell them to, and then they will open, they will sell them to businessmen, pastorpreneurs. They will open business, huge centers. People, they buy factory to open church so that people can go inside that church to go and pray for jobs in Nigeria. And that is why he said they should raise up their hands and tell God that this wind that is blowing will blow in my favor. I don't have to do anything. I just have to pray and tell God, God, whatever is going on out there, whatever it is, all this wind, all this air, I just want you to favor me so that I can come back here and glorify your name. Mind game and the brainwashing and all that. Here you get. So this evening it said, there is money in Nigeria, but the money is in wrong hands. So the people must pray to God to take it from them and give it back to the people. And they believe they can say that to God and God will just do it. And they will just say, hey, you, bring that 48 billion, we will give you that time. I'll bring this 200 million, we will give you that time. Like, oh yeah, go drop it. Like that. Some believe that. And when they turn into millions, it's scary. You know what I mean? Like, they said that you have to be, a lot of you look down on foolish people. People that have been sort of, people that has been brainwashed for real. They look educated. They're not always like looking like, people that needs help I say no. Like good-looking people, like educated, exposed, and all of that. It's not poor or whatever, right? People that have been brainwashed. You haven't. Okay. Now, there's something I wanted to put there, but just felt like I'll hold it. Give me 1 sec.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of...
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
Anyway, sorry about that, okay? So what I was saying there is that Adeboye was now telling, he knows, like, in reality, right? This is not going to happen in Nigeria, so let's just pray to God that it should come and favor me. So like I said, that's how they pray. They go into places that should be where they are really productive. And then, you know. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that, and then I will let the faithfuls do their own thing. I don't, you know what I mean? So let me take you back to Rivers State. With a Wike and then Fubara. That seems to, you know, sort of kind of have settled the other time. Where a Wike seems to be back with the drum of war. Drums of war, Denny. So I'm gonna show you something. Just don't get bored. All right. This is where a Wike, a River State, hosted by an APC local government chairman is. They said, right? But we'll start from this.
Matter because I'm not his party. He said you're a Rivers man. He said you're a cabinet person. We must give you support, and that is what I have always been preaching. That it doesn't matter where you belong to. What's important is the interest of people of Rivers State. So I'm happy. There's no politician. If you want to be a successful politician, then know that people will hate you. Not people. Greedy ones will not like you. They'll be envious of you. Nobody has done well in politics without enemies. Is that not correct? Mention one person that's a successful politician today without enemies. Mention. If you don't want to be hated, don't do well. If you want to be hated, do well. But those who are hating you are minority few. But those who love you, they are in a majority. And that is the people who are here in the village. I am proud as a Rivers man. When I was governor, Nigeria heard about Rivers State. When I was governor, Nigeria heard about what? Rivers State. If you don't agree, I don't agree. If you don't give what belongs to us, you don't go walk. Not be so. And that is what I have always preached. Whether Nigeria likes it or not, they must listen to the voice of Rivers State. So nobody should be afraid. Nobody should be afraid. I have no regret when I stood by with my colleagues and friends that this is the period the presidency must go to the south. There was nothing I was not offered. I said no. Yendeba. Now that you have taken, let these other people take. And I have no regret. Turn by turn. I understand for it. I have no regret at all. And that's why I will continue to support the government of Aswaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. So today, as I'm going back home, I'm going with a person satisfied that my friend is back, that I'm back to my friend. This visit I came today will cause a lot of trouble. Are you aware? Yes, maybe you don't know. Do you know this visit I came today that a lot of trouble? Some people will start visit now. Just watch what will happen for tomorrow. People will start visit now. Follow who know road, no be so? Follow who know road. If he didn't there, he didn't there. You know, say I know road now. You know say I know road. Chiefs, I don't know say I know road. Women, I don't know say I know road. The youth, I don't know road. What did they talk now? Fucking. Who them be? How many them they? Well, we not gonna win them. Time will come. Don't worry, we have not started. Time will come. So, Victor, I thank you. I thank the leadership, KK, Paco, and all of you, the Deputy Speaker, all of you, the Secretary of the APC in the state, the PDP leaders and the APC leaders in Gokana. How you teamed up to honor me, to receive me in my friend's house. I want to thank all of you. I was looking for where to get cow to do barbecue today. You see how God works? I never knew that I would get a cow. God is God, though. God is what? God. When I looked at it, I asked when I cow did there. They say cow did. Matter don't free this free now. Now barbecue, Prof. I'm not inviting you to join me for a barbecue. I'll invite you another day. So continue to support Victor. Let him continue to be relevant in the politics of Nigeria. Marco, KK, Leslie, the Deputy Speaker, all of them who mean well for all of you. Continue to support him. Marin Piggy, Dumnale Deko, all of them. They have, for the first time in the history, Ogoriman is the chairman of Works in the Senate. It is not given to, hey, no minority party can be chairman of Works, but they gave it to him. When Mr. President was forming the board of NDDC, I was privileged to be told. I was privileged. And I said, sir, there's a need for the government to be in that board. That's the need. Today I'm happy. Leader Mite is a member of the NNPCL. All you require to do, give him support. You will achieve what you want to achieve. Let nobody do community problem. When you do that, you will lose development. But when you support, you see that development will come to your place. It doesn't matter who. What's important is an Ogoni man. What's important, he means well for the Ogoni people. That's what's important. Why we have been backward?
Nuisance Lele.
That's with a Wike. And that not just first part be that too. How he sort of earn his loyalty from his own people, like he said, my people. Sure you get is to distribute. You know what they play in Nigeria is called the politics of political patronage. No, there's a word for it. Oh, why did I forget that? You know, it's like the reason why they do it is for you to reward them with something. So, you know, to be patronized, to be rewarded, kind of. So in Ijebu, they will tell you that, in fact, in Ogun State, they will tell you that Nobody does politics because of God or because of anything. No. They will tell you, if you're a politician, they will say it, you probably have heard that many times. You are here, you are saying, please, please, in the name of God, please support me. Who does that? That's the belief. You know what I mean? Like, you have to bring something. How can you just come here empty-handed and start using God to say, so now because of God, I will take feed my kids this evening. It's so bad that way. So that people like with a Wike also kind of pick 1, 2, 3 people, 4, 5, 6 like that, and just put them in different political government positions. Their job is to make themselves worthy enough that they can recruit other people as loyalists for their beneficiary. And that's how the network works. And then he can brag about it openly as well. Like, you know what I mean? There is other part where he said, very soon all of you will know who is in charge of River States. I don't understand what it meant by that, okay? I'll show you. With a Wike, and they said currently in River State, they are doing what is called the Rice for Rice battle. Rice for Rice battle is that anywhere where with a Wike give them rice. I mean, so anywhere where Fubara give them rice, with a Wike could give them another rice there too. Rice for Rice war in Rivers. But yeah, he said, you will soon know who is in charge. But did you hear where he said, you know, the reason why he worked for Tifnumbu? He will still say it too, don't worry. Where Wike said he was offered huge amount of money. This is somebody who is the governor of the 2nd richest state in the entire Nigeria. Here you get, saying that they offered him huge amount of money not to work for Wike. I mean, not to work for Tifnumbu. He's a PDP governor who made a deal with APC to shank his own party, and is not ashamed of it, like ashamed about. And that's why he said, follow no road. So which money they offered Wike? Huge amount of money that they offered him. Who offered him the money? And then you can be like, since Tifnumbu said, whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. Happy? So maybe he was offered more money. It's not about money. For those who know how all of this happened, Abby. But who is in charge of Rivers is the coming soon war. Their Wike is feeling so good that he would show Fubara. 2024 is here anyway. So yeah, Wike, please continue.
I didn't come here for politics. I came here to visit my friend, Chief Victor Giadam. I was to be here on the 1st of January this year, but because I was outside the country, and I called him, I'm sorry, I will come today, being the 6th of January, to come and see you and drink the normal palm wine we used to drink together in those days before he left me. Let nobody misinterpret what I came here today. That's why I came with PDP leaders. That's why I've seen APC leaders. If it was about politics, you wouldn't have seen PDP leaders with me here. So it is about private visit to my friend. And my friend is in normal way. Will you want to tell me, oh boy, I'm still on ground. I must invite my people to come out with you. So that is what you said that happened there today. And I appreciate you. And I have never been in doubt about your capacity to relate with your people. I have always known that. When I was chief of staff, people wanted to make you to be sanitation chairman. I called you. I said, Victor, don't take sanitation chairman. Go and be council chairman. So that you will relate with your people and see what it has paid off today. That's why you can speak to your people in the language they understand, and they will always answer you. When it's all about politics, if you cannot make impact. Politics is about impact. If you want to be a successful politician, you must impact on your people. Is it not correct? Correct. When you call your people will listen to you. Your people will answer you. Is it not true? It's true. Just this is a private visit, and Victor has called you. Come and receive my friend. Oh, he's coming. See what has happened there. Not where it is a political rally. Then what would I thank you. I know when you were Commissioner of Works what you did. In fact, when I was coming in here, I was telling Danobi, road can make a community to be a city. I used to be here now. It's not better. I used to be here. It was not developed like this. Now it's a city. Whether I like it or not. I know you contributed immensely. Not just better within the Ogoni and the Gokanas area. I used to think that people hate me. I used to think so. I went to Lagos before I traveled. The chief of staff was having a party. I entered. If there were 300 people there, 270 want to snap picture with Wike. So I was not telling those I went with. What is going on? If it was in those days when I was in the world, a lot of things would have happened there. But because I'm no longer there, so I was just sit down, look. And the chief of staff said, come, oh boy, now you do the party. Why is everybody coming to you? I said, oh boy, I don't know. Then the next day I went to another party by the chairman of Federal Inland Revenue. Everybody wants to snap with me. I said, what is going on? And I will agree to snap with you. Then we went to London. Immediately I got to Terminal 5, Heathrow. Everybody, I said, what's going on? And I realized it is good to be good to people. It is good to make an impact in the life of people. Forget about these hungry noisemakers on the road. When the time comes, we'll know who is in charge or who is not in charge. I don't know whether you understand what I say. There's a time for everything. There's a time to plant. There's a time to harvest. We have no time for politics. There's no time for anybody to say, I'm for this, I'm for that. We have not reached that time. When the time will reach, we will know who is there, who. If he didn't dare, he didn't dare. If you like, abuse me as you want. If you like, employ everybody in social media. Let me tell you, I've never bothered myself one day to know who is abusing me, who is not abusing me. When I go to work, I feel satisfied. I go back home. I ask those my friends, do we have good whiskey? Is there any good champagne? Let's go, boy, sit down. Let's enjoy our life. So, politics will come. We did not contest election. It is smoke Igbo. It is take India.
I wanted him to get to that part, your favorite part. A lot of people have been saying that the reason why sometimes you will see where a Wike, it will look so dry, so kind of, it will look sick or skinny. Another time you will see him, it will look a little bit alive again. Some said it is the alcohol consumption. There are people who are actually like he said on social media, they said he's drinking whiskey. Maybe he's also watching this broadcast, by the way, because they all use social media. You get, with different kind of fake identity or fake accounts. And that is why they do talk back like they do, because they know whatever they say is going to end on the same social media. So where Wike said, that is why he doesn't listen to whatever everyone calls him on social media. You know what I mean? When it is time for politics, you know, then you will know who is in charge. He also said some of you have been I haven't seen any picture of Wike with anybody on social media. Have you? He said he's satisfied. Every day he goes back home. Say, my friend, do we have any whiskey? Probably just feel like, oh no, don't say whiskey. You just gave those people on social media what they have been saying all this while, that you are a drunkard, alcoholic, who is so addicted to old time whiskeys, like 40-year-old whiskeys. They just change it to champagne. Oh, champagne. So it is not bothered. Very soon you will know who is in charge of River States, right? Somebody had this to say, one of those who worked for him, Labour Party, not only sort of defeated PDP, they trounced the same APC that were a Wike went mental. It was like he went really bonker, killed electoral officers, killed some other people simply because he wanted to force his own forged result, which they eventually used to announce a Tifnumbu. You get? Somebody said this anyway, for the record.
So now pay back time. Make I tell her nothing they happen. You don't fear anybody. If Martin Sunday will say win, that's what you can tell us. The election, I would like the result. Because Labour Party win all the rest, we don't get in there. You don't win the election. I want to assure everybody that is here, that we'll have a governor that lost people, that lost our people. We'll have a governor that has human face. You know the person will go use you, don't you. Ambassador Chino,
you get, now the Fubara people be that. If we still have enough time, I'll probably add extra to what we are hearing from River State. Here you get, like every camp is kind of getting ready. Like this guy too. Let me quickly show you.
Simlalaye Fubara is a true son of Andoni. Yes, sir. Here is the road that was initiated, flagged off by the government of Dr. Peter Odele in 2005. The road remained uncompleted. It remained abandoned until our brother came to the saddle. In less than 6 months. In less than 6 months, we can all drive to Anthony. The headquarters of Anthony, we can all drive down. We are all driven through to this place. Why should we not be happy? Why should we not support such a man? Why should we not support such a character? The past 8 years, I have said it before, and I have not been contradicted, that not even a toilet was commissioned in Anthony local government area.
Confirm.
Despite our huge support, despite our sacrifices,
large number of votes,
despite the 92,000 votes that we delivered in 2019, despite the 72,000 votes we delivered in 2015, Not one single project was delivered in Angola. We stand to be contradicted. If anyone has a project commissioned by the River State government within the past 8 years, they should come forth and contradict us. It is the understanding of all of this that has put us behind our brother, who we voted massively for. And we will continue to support him. We want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic, who, despite...
Sure. So yeah, those they were given the reasons why they are going to stand with Fubara, and their reason is genuine and all that. But he said a few other things, but I don't think we have time to listen to all of that, right? Right. A few days ago, the memo of 585 million naira was signed by this lady, Betty Edurada. She is the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation under Tifnumbu. And as that is said to be currently kind of being investigated, she's, she's actually a woman in the league of her own, by the way. Now you see what they said, that whatever man can do, women can actually do it even better, by the way. Now, Betta Edu is back in the news. Like, some were trying to defend her when she asked the Accountant General of Nigeria to transfer 585 million naira into a private account of a lady, and the lady will share the money to the vulnerable people, poor people in Cross River states, in Lagos states, in Akwa Ibom states, and Ogun states. So that raised alarm. But people said before that, he is Okoko Bioko of the Gbewiri squad, Tifnumbu and his 48 thieves. Here you get. But they say she's actually like a proper Okoko Bioko, because majority of them had to pay to get their names on those ministerial seal. Do you understand? However, he is one of those considered to be rogue, like rogue. And as it is right now, it's like they are about to throw her under the bus. The leakages that you were accustomed to. Do you remember Kemi Adeosun? You remember her? Kemi Adeosun forged NYSC certificate, committed perjury. But when it was her time, they fed us with enough inside information that at that point, even Kemi Adeosun's family had to ask her to come back to London for her own safety. She resigned. The woman and the women that succeeded her, they turned out to be Ogbulogbo. But this time around, those were covered. I mean, long story short, you get what I mean. So I'm not trying to tell you that Betta Edu deserves any sympathy. I'm just giving you some kind of, historical events like this. And now here we go there, when they will drop everything on our laps. Now here we go there. As we were dealing with 585 million, you demand 585 million into somebody's private account. Now, so now they do. They just told us now that the same CC actually booked a flight to Kogi. 3 million naira flight to and fro. Lagos to Kogi. I mean, like Lagos to Kogi. 3 million naira. Abuja to Kogi. 3 million. Mo see himself. Pay attention to the screen so that you can see the new memo. Are you with me? All the money you are looking at there, they are multiply them by the numbers and all of that too. So you can see how much is everything. 2.5 million. And then you go on to the next one. You begin to look and say, this minister, see 20,000 naira from the airport taxi. The same people that are budgeting for cars and all of that. So they carry taxi. Really? That's quite impressive. So then you go on to, you see all those ones, 1 million, 1.5, 1 million, 1 million, 4.7, 2.1, and all of that stuff, right? Airports and flights. Okay, I think that's that one there. Flight tickets, airports, taxi, and all of that. Now, the irony of it is that Kogi State does not have airports. They booked flights to Kogi, 200,000, 200,000, 3 million naira flights. And there is no airport in Kogi. So they started dragging Aigila. This one, Anenio Rebirth. And for those who don't know her very well, she is the woman who said they were going to make sure that everyone that is going to be paid by the Ministry of Poverty Alleviation, you're going to get paid by the central bank from the account of the ministry with the central bank. Nobody says somebody going to do transfer, a POS transfer to you. She was saying all of that. How are you going to reach all of the people in the remotest part of Nigeria? How do you plan to reach them? Oh, we're going to use GPS to distribute the palliative, subsidy palliative. Have you forgotten, by the way? I think I have a bit of the clip. What the hell? I always remove the audio. I don't know why I always take out my audio on some of those clips, and it would have been hilarious. You know, it would have been so much like she was explaining how she was going to use GPS to deliver palliative like rice and all of that. I mean, like they are going to use drones. They are going to put GPS tracker inside drones, and the drones will do all the delivery into areas, including some of the areas where there are Boko Harams, where people are being killed. All of, she was explaining that. I'm sorry that the audio in that video is not coming on, and I don't want to waste your time, but that was explaining what. And she was supposed to have a good career. She is the youngest commissioner in Nigeria at the time. She's from Cross River State. And you remember Ayade, the Olympic Peri highway guy. Now, Ayade, the former governor there, right? Gave her a job. She's about 33, I think. And probably 34 now, or 35. I don't know. Like, women don't like you to sort of be so interested in their age. But she's a politician, so I think I can have a pass. She's very young. She's got money. She's been exposed to that public stealing and all of that. By the way, but people just felt like, what's the worry? Be so what they do. I'm here. You need to calm down. No? So they now said that Kolu is asking them to, to investigate. Ole, no, they investigate Ole. That's where you always kind of get it wrong. But with this sacrificer, if the crowd is asking for her, or for her blood, or for her head, of course they will sacrifice her sharp, appoint a Yoruba in her place. That's what Bukwari did. Amosun brought Kemi Adeosun. When the time came, when the wind blew, or the wind started blowing, this was 2016 or so, right? They removed her and they put another Nadia. And people started crying again. Another Northerner. I say, Benny, another na kilo fascist. What you go do? I'm just saying this too. So eventually she will go and the looting will continue. It's not doing you any favor. Just remember that. This guy was a guest on Arise. I kind of love what he shared too, especially where he kind of ended his view, starting with Tifnumbu's lifeless budget of hopelessness. Let's hope this talks or kind of sounds is out. Have you liked this broadcast yet, by the way? I mean, like, if you have sat there for the last 90 minutes, in case if you don't know, you have been sitting there for the last 90 minutes. Yeah, 1 hour, 30 minutes, yeah? So you can also, while you are watching this, take a break from the comment section, okay? And like the broadcast. One more thing. I haven't asked you, what do you think about this background? Tell me what you think about this background as well, okay? In the comment section, okay? Now let's go in here. Somebody is talking.
In 1965, Nigeria controlled 45% of the global palm oil market. Today, that market is $72 billion size. Unfortunately, Indonesia and Malaysia came to Calabar 80 years ago to pick the seedlings. To be sincere, and where they budgeted a lot of frivolous things. Just like we heard Shehu said, they budgeted 200% for the National Assembly. You know, it's very unfortunate that we've gotten to this level. You know, I was sharing with somebody yesterday, I said, looking at where we are today, the person was telling me, oh, after Christmas, dollar will come down to Naira. I said it will not come down. Because if you look at it, 50% of the demand pressure on the dollar is corruption driven. The same thing with the boom in real estate property businesses in the highbrow areas. If you go to Banana Land, over 50% of the properties are empty. The same thing in other areas. Is one of the ways they launder money is collect the FAC, collect the check, get the IGR, start looking to the Malams and the BDCs to buy dollar, and then look for properties where they will hide it. And every day we claim we are fighting corruption. That budget was simply putting a legislative seal on what they just want to take, share, and distribute among themselves. Because it does not make any sense. This is a country that is already homogeneous. This is a country where you have 133 million multi-dimensional poor people. This is a country where insecurity is at its heel. You saw the report that was released the other day. Nigeria is second to Afghanistan in terms of corruption. And we know that at the root of the corruption in Nigeria is the current structure that we run. Between 1960 to 1966, we ran a republic that had lean cost of governance. In fact, the pecs and salaries of public office holders were tied to that of the civil service. Legislators were part-time. You had men like Sir Louis Odimego Ojukwu, reputed then to be the richest man in Africa, as a member of parliament. He didn't go to parliament because he wanted to go there to enrich himself. He was chairman of 15 corporations. He went there to enrich discussions. He went there to make laws that will add to the value of life for the people. You had a young guy that was 39, Dr. Michael Lamba, as the premier of Eastern Nigeria, old Eastern Nigeria. Between 1959 to 1966, he built 214 kilometer industrial belts. He got consultants from the US. He built an economy that was growing consistently at about 9% GDP per annum. He didn't have the benefit of the fossil fuel revenue. He was using palm oil, coal from Enugu and all those stuff. This young man then, 39, he wasn't 50, he wasn't 60 when he became premier, had an efficient regional police force that was more efficient than the federal police. So much that when they were looking for people that would go and make peace at Congo Democratic Republic, they came to take the Eastern Regional Police. There wasn't like banditry, nothing like insecurity, nothing like kidnapping, nothing like militias, nothing like unknown gunmen. Then you can enter Port Harcourt, a truck, and go all the way to Kano all night. Nobody will molest you. Today, we have corruption and insecurity, which is the two demons staring us in the eyes. And to tackle insecurity, we must slay corruption. But see, what they just did in 2015, they came up with this story of, oh, they want to do zero budgeting, and which is how it should be. You look at what had happened over the previous years. You interrogate performance, and now based on that, but what they simply did was to bring out the 2023 budget, fleshing it, just do some abracadabra percentage increase over what they did last year, and that is it. And they took it. The president signed, and see, I feel sorry for Nigerians. And you saw what they said. They also included 100 million naira for school feeding. If you do not empower the parents of the student, how do you now want to feed them? This is dehumanizing. I've never, Chief Olusegun Awolowo had an education system in the old Western Nigeria that was very efficient. Yeah. They had a school feeding program. It's not this kind of Babi al-Almajid thing they are doing for Nigerians.
Awolowo's system trained many of the people.
Yes, in fact, one of those who benefited told me that even their lunch, they used to have half chicken for lunch.
Correct. Correct.
There was competition between the north, the southwest, the old west, the middle belt, the midwestern region. There was healthy competition. You could see everywhere was productive. You had the cotton of the north, the granite pyramid. You had the cocoa of the west. Last year, Ghana did $1.5 billion from cocoa. The southwest today can actually do $3 billion from cocoa. The southeast in 1965, Nigeria.
It's like revving in old glory, and you begin to ask yourself, but why can't we do that now? Why can't they do that now? Corruption. That's why they can't do that now. It is not their priority. Doing things that indeed impacting the lives of their people, so that you don't have to begin to give food to their children the way the kind of food they give to them, like, but it is feudalist system that has now, they are trying to kind of spread all over the country, all over the place, and enforce it on everyone. I'm going to let this guy finish, then I will continue.
In 1965, Nigeria controlled 45% of the global palm oil market. Today, that market is $72 billion size. Unfortunately, Indonesia and Malaysia came to Calabar 80 years ago to pick the seedlings.
Yeah.
Nigeria is nowhere to be found. We consume over 2 million tons of palm oil. We only produce 1,050,000 tons. And we have a country where the palm grows in the wild. I run a group, the Southeast Farms. We came up with a proposal on how the Southeast government can work under the commune, because land in itself is owned communally, to develop 100,000 new terera palm plantations, community-wide, every community, 30 hectares, 50 hectares. We will provide them with the seedlings that does about 30 tons per hectare. We even volunteer to get private sector investors that will set up cottage factories in every local government area, because the Land Use Act confers so much power.
How long ago did you present it?
That was over since 2019. It does not take anything from them. No response, because it will not afford them the opportunity of just awarding contracts, inflating it 300%, and stealing the money. You are not bringing anything. Local government areas, state, work with the communities. Provide them. The other day, you saw what they provided for agriculture. To make agric work, we must mechanize it. There was a time they said they wanted to buy 10,000 tractors under the public sector. I said, it's criminality. If you want to do it, work with National Sovereign Wealth Investment Authority. If you go to Aki, we need additional to that, say, okay, we need $1.5 billion under a private-public partnership arrangement to mechanize agriculture. We have 8,809 electoral wards in Nigeria. In every electoral ward, under a private-public partnership arrangement, there are capable that will manage it. Set them into clusters, bulldozers, caterpillars, harvesters. See, if we have this in place, we can develop 3,500 acres of land in every ward, specialize in every commodity. In the north, Nigeria is the only place where the date palm grows in the wild and fruits twice in a year. Egypt is 95% desert. Egypt consistently decided, okay, we want to use these fruits, these trees, to curb desertification and grow wealth and create oils of wealth. When Bible talked about a land flowing with milk and honey, that milk is from the cow and the animal husband. The milk is the dead fruits. Egypt had developed, in fact, they are the biggest producers of dead fruits. Saudi Arabia, as wealthy as they are, from 2006 till now, have developed over 1 million hectares of the date plantation. Nigeria, if the 19 northern governors, we send proposals to them, can decide every state 50 hectares, in 50,000 hectares, in clusters of 40 hectares, it will serve three purposes. It will enable you to have agro rangers, 25 armed and fully trained within every locality. They understand the environment. It will help even the pastoralists, the nomadic herdsmen, to see where they can have water and collocate with those guys. 50,000 hectares in every of the states. In 5 years, the northern states across the whole value chain will create 2 million jobs and be able to produce $12.5 billion annually over the next 70 years.
Doctor.
Yeah.
But these guys are not thinking. You cannot cure poverty by throwing stipend at people. The average Nigerian with his limbs and legs intact can make 5,000 naira every day. We are not lazy people. But they just want the enabling security environment, the enabling policy, physical environment. And the only way we can achieve this is for us to go back to the constitutional, physical, resource production and control and socio-economic structures that we had between 1960 to 1966. As long as we are dealing with this Abdulsalam Abubakar 1999 constitution, I will tell you, Nigeria will continue to progress in error. We will continue to progress. From 1999 till now, we've been going down. The best government we had was Obasanjo's government. After Obasanjo, Yar'Adua came in. That good man, God bless his soul, health could not allow him to perform. From Yar'Adua till now, we have been progressively going down the drain. And from what I've seen now, last time I came, I said, let us hope. Hope is the only thing that will keep us alive. But I can tell you, from what I have seen, from the local government areas to the states, I devote 4 hours every day looking at these things. I tell you, only God will save us.
And to some of you, you might think they are alarmists. It is not that Nigeria doesn't have brainy people, intelligent people with beautiful ideas that could indeed really lift people. But you are making mistake. A lot of you sat there. Fact. Very true. If we can try this, will you keep quiet? Will you keep quiet? Now they say Nigeria is not working. Nigeria is working exactly the way they want Nigeria to work. Now you go come tell yourself if this is acceptable to you or not. When it comes to ideas, the ones that can actually put everybody in their place and grow the people. People have ideas. APC, Egbekegbe. In 2014, they had all the solutions. Have you forgotten? They had all the solutions. When you now gave them the power, or the Shah kind of got the power, now they have all the excuses. When you ask them, we thought you said you have the solution to no. It's not that we don't have the solution. Listen to me, listen. It is just that we just want to make sure that the committee that we set up to look into this, we want to make sure everybody's all that nonsense. It's all intentional. As bad as some of you don't like Donald Trump, he is still the only American president who actually asked a Nigerian president that why are you allowing all these killings to go on in your country? Like, what the hell? Collected his money. That was Donald Trump and then Bokuwario. You said you want to rescue the people kidnapped by the kidnappers, but you sort of negotiated for those who are Muslims and you left You left those who are Christians out. Why do you do that? Like, what do you need? Like, you know what I mean? How many of you remember this 6 years ago? My flashback. It is important just for this conversation. Sure you get.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be with President Buhari of Nigeria. We have many things that we do together, as you know, probably especially on terrorism and terrorism related. We also have a very big trade deal that we're working on for military equipment, helicopters, and the like. We have met before. We have developed a great relationship, and we look forward to our discussion today. Very important, but again, especially as it relates to terrorism. And that's terrorism here and terrorism all over the world. It's a hotbed, and we're going to be stopping that. Also, we've had very serious problems with Christians who have been murdered, killed in Nigeria. We're going to be working on that problem, and working on that problem very, very hard, because we can't allow that to happen. Mr. President, thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
I thank Mr. President very much for inviting me. It's a great honor. I'm very grateful for it. Certainly security is the main issue. We are very grateful to the United States for agreeing to give us the aircraft we asked for, the spare parts. We are even more grateful for the physical presence of the United States military officials that go into our institutions in Nigeria and train them and go to the front in the northeast to see how they are performing as a result of the training given to them. So the commitment of the United States in get rid of terrorism across the world, we are first-hand experience of that, and we are very grateful for it. The problem about the cattle rearers and herders in Nigeria is a very long historical thing. But the states most concerned, they knew that the Nigerian herders never carried anything more than a stick and occasionally a machete to cut down foliage and give it to their animals. These ones are carrying AK-47. So I don't think people should underrate what happened in Libya. 43 years of Gaddafi, people were recruited from the Sahel. They were taught nothing other than to shoot and kill. With the demise of Gaddafi, they moved to their countries and to their regions, and they carried away with them the only experience they have, training, using weapons. And that's what is aggravating the situation. We are doing our best to make sure we have stopped the cross borders and so on, and to get the weapons, proliferation, small arms weapons in the region checked. But it's going to take time, and the action by United States in trying to see the end of ISIS has helped us a lot, because the Boko Haram in Nigeria at one time made a statement that they were loyal to ISIS. Now that ISIS have virtually gone with the help of the United States, we are very grateful for that. And we are sure that we are stabilizing the situation of security in Nigeria.
We have very much decimated ISIS. Much has taken place over the last 12 months. But Boko Haram has been terrible. And how did you do with the young women that were kidnapped? How is that going?
The Chibok girls and Dapchi one. The Chibok one was before we came, 2014. We had only a number of them. We recovered about 30 of them. But the Dapchi ones, there are 106 that were kidnapped. We got 100 back. 4 died. 1 is still held in captivity. And we are very grateful to the United Nations organization that is acting as in between us and the kidnappers, and we haven't given up. We are trying to get up.
More women, more girls have been killed or kidnapped. After that lifeless meeting between Buhari and Donald Trump, right? So that was when Trump collected $425 million from Buhari to supply 12 Tucano jets to fight terrorists in Nigeria. And it was specifically stated that if the weapon is going, the fighter jets, the Tucano jets, right? They must only operate in northern part of Nigeria, nowhere else. And that is why you haven't seen the Tucano jets anywhere, because they didn't get it to fight terrorism. They just took him to America, took $1 billion from Nigeria's excess crude accounts. They told Nigerians they were going to America to buy weapons to fight terrorists. That was how they went to pay for the Tucano jets. In everything they signed, it was $425 million. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened to the remaining $575 million till today? Among the money they stole, unaccounted for, looted, that's also part of that money. In case if you have forgotten, me, I have not. But after that meeting, Donald Trump told his own people, and he said, do not ever make me meet that lifeless person again. They said Buhari was like over lifeless around him, that he could really feel the, it's 6 years ago. It's been a while, 2018, I think. But for the record, it was one of them who asked, what are you doing about the killings of the people in Nigeria, the killings of the Christians in Nigeria, the kidnapping of women in Nigeria? What are you doing about that? How is that going? Nobody has asked any of those rulers or any of those ruiners and murderers, criminals in charge of Nigeria about what is going on in Nigeria. Everybody just pretended like, okay, it's Nigeria, they are fine. They are not fine. All right. I know some of you have seen this video, but this video looks so cringy. You saw when Wike said he arrested people were like driving one way. You saw the video and you remember it. A lot of people have made a lot of video. We have seen those who are soldiers who are like, somebody said, the soldiers are angry now. Everybody is angry. And I'm like, somehow it's kind of cringy, because look at it this way. The military, no matter what, me and you, if we say anything where we want to talk, sure you get like, but in the military, right? You can come around and be like, make some protest in a way. I mean, like, you can make some speeches that people will listen and they'll be like, as a soldier, you are trained to be what? To be disciplined and being kokonabi. Listen and make una relax. I understand that everybody they craze right now and it's okay. And some of you kind of want it that way. But me, I am saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not looking good. And I saw one from this old man as a Nigeria Tikpropoye. They are responding to Sanwo-Iku. And here is the first one.
Corporal, useless. Last cover that. Now this notice, the man broke his arm. They fired the man for hand like this. Now iron thing in your hand. Now iron. The last corporal, now for there you they call a soldier useless in front of who? In front of all those idiots, those bastards civilians. DSS, they push a soldier. In any situation, you meet yourself as a soldier. See, now 5 seconds, I may give you for you to compose yourself. After that, you must know how to reply that. Even reply any attack, anything that comes your way. Because he's a governor, I know. Yes, everybody will be shocked that, oh boy, governor can't arrest me. Me, I don't say I did perfect too. I don't know say I did perfect. I know perfect for this world. But in any situation like this, if beside your barrack far, beside your barrack, nobody can arrest you for that side. Nobody, I say nobody can arrest you. Because see, but you have to tell the man, say, sir, if you stand your ground, nobody will slap you for that. No DSS can slap you, no police can slap you, say you refuse to go. Okay, you want to arrest me for who? When MP day, military police day, what is my offense? Okay, I pass one way, beside my barrack. What if I just go outside, maybe I want to go and buy something? Or I just carry bike, I want to go and buy something. Do I have to go and follow the long roadway down because I want to go and buy something? Who does that? In which army? So now a governor have the God to go out. He's even calling the soldier useless. So see, Lagos to the see peace. Let's talk true. Let's talk the truth. Lagos to the see peace. Let's assume that all this north is side here, north is where are they here. Even that north is the man there now. We say that main soldier where. See now for there the governor will just carry his convoy. You will say you even they pass one way far. You will now they say me then they arrest soldiers. Guy pick this one. Soldier. See, he also constitutes nuisance himself. The governor he constitutes nuisance. See, you are pursuing civilians. What if they go and have any accident for there? You're not saying the governor is now acting like it out himself. Governor, you were supposed to respect yourself. If the soldier refuses, say he's not going anywhere, they're not born anybody where they slap him for there. If he refuse, the governor won't shift to soldier. If the governor carries his hand up like this, you know say he don't buy job himself. They no born the governor where making carry hands up. If any of my senior, if any NCO or any officer say, Alpha, you go to even if now one day, second lieutenant, I go to I will go. If MP arrest me, say Alpha, go to Gaza, but governor.
That's Nigerian soldier. Is in fact in the northeast fighting Boko Haram. I am not saying that is not their mentality. If that is their mentality, but Nigeria Nigeria is gone. Then I can even put into words. This is what happened. Okay, number one, right? A governor does not have any kind of power of arrest in anywhere except for show of power. And in a democracy, all right, you see those civilian, your governor and all of that, right? In a democracy, as elected public officials, right? They are your superiors as a soldier. There's nothing like, because you are a soldier, you cannot be this, you cannot be that, and all of that nonsense is talking about. I know that is mostly the mentality in Nigeria, but it's a stupid one. Block this civilian. Like a soldier will look at it as block this civilian. If you use 5 minutes, after 5 minutes, I can kill you as a soldier. I'm allowed to do that because it's their mentality. All right. And some people were like, but why is he not going there to go and arrest Agbero? You are just trying to normalize stupidity. Like, maybe this is your own way of normalizing abnormalities. Here you go. So yeah, I can understand. You are a typical Nigerian. So why not? The soldier is right. Yeah, I know he's right, right? If that was him, he can shoot anybody. No DSS can touch a soldier. No, really? Now police go arrest you here in the UK. I be where they want to which soldier? Meanwhile, you don't even probably need any police arrest or anybody arrest you. You are driving against traffic. The light has picked you already. You will meet the letter at home. It doesn't have to have any physical contact. Here you get. Or you do something here, they say me they go arrest you. You can't say you are a soldier. A civilian cannot touch with you. You the craze. Anyway, that's just what I observed. And I'm like, it's sort of a trend. Everybody just made the video and I know some way it's not worth it. They can say anything about him. I'm asking you to kind of look beyond that and be like, well, actually, normal, like, which can contribute this? Because everybody they crazy, Abi. Even this old man, we put on camo. I know that one. You have seen that one. Some of you have sent that to me. When I started seeing it, I was like, shit, is this one also a soldier, Nigerian soldier? Abi United Nations soldier, Abi Echo, I don't know. It looks like the logo of the United Nations is upside down on his head. And he is also rebuking Sanwo-Iku. It's kind of cringy. I don't know how you feel about it. Some of you, some of you are mad people too, where they say, I can leave that one, Jare. I like it that way. They have to, I understand you. I understand, okay? You know what I mean? Tell you, say, your anger is valid. But it is just some sort of like, your anger shouldn't probably justify abnormality in a way. But since now everybody they mad. I consider this one too. A mad old man, Baba. Upside down, the logo Kenewa. You are not even sure maybe in a Nigeria soldier. I mean, I don't know.
I want to lò nígboro Èkó, tó da Èkó rú, they destroy Lagos. Oh, arrest wọn. Oh, arrest wọn rárá. Soldier ló ń arrest and you ló ń káká sókè. Kí ló dé? You should be ashamed of yourself, Sanwo-Olu. But let me remind you, your 4 years will soon be finished now. Do whatever you like. Torment people of Lagos State. Where's my own governor today? Where's Akeredolu today? You should be ashamed of yourself, Sanwo-Olu. You should be ashamed of yourself. Nigerian soldiers are all over the world. We are in UN. We are in everywhere. We're serving the nation to make the country proud. People die in Sambisa Forest. People die in Bronu. People die in Plateau. Everywhere, soldiers are being killed. And the same soldier, I don't blame you at all. If a dirty, bloody civilian like you, because you are chief executive of a state, you are above the law yourself. How many times have you gone through the wrong way? How many times have you gone through the one way in Lagos? So you are above the law, right? A young soldier. Check him. He has been shot here. He has an iron. Look at the boy you love. He has an iron in his hand. He has been under my command before. He's just a young soldier. And you make the life that the whole world is about to crack. Nobody's afraid of you. He locked me, we release him, right? Stupid governor like you. Ori ẹ ti dàrú, Sanwo-Olu. Ori ẹ ó ti dàrú. Ojú máa tura rí lọ́jọ́ kan, òwe àkàlà. Níbo ni Babangida wà léni? Níbo ni gbogbo wọn wà léni? Àsìkò ẹ̀ ń bọ̀. Ṣé wọ́n sọ pé ó ti yí lórí tẹ́lẹ̀? Àǹbọ̀dé ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀. Ó lọ́pọlọ ẹ ti dàrú tẹ́lẹ̀. Ó náà ti gbé ẹ lọ Bariga General Hospital. Ó dẹ̀ ti wá ṣó ẹ̀. Pọ́pọlọ ẹ ò pé, pórí ẹ ò pé rárá.
Pastor, oko ọlọ́pàá ó ń ṣọ́ pastor àwọn ọmọ ìjọ.
Sì ní pé ìgboro ti di kọ̀pọ̀yé, everywhere ló ti propose. Yes. Sì ní pé ìgboro ti di kọ̀pọ̀yé, everywhere ló ti propose. Yes. Sì ní pé
ìgboro ti propose, everyone ló ti propose. As it is right now, because this soldier was shot in his arm, all right? None of them is actually condemning that. But I understand. I do. Nigeria, Abi. Maiyegun, you don't understand. I do understand. You know? All of this, like we do say, like, Nigerians don't really hate corruption or bad behaviors or oppression. You know, they just don't like it if they are not the ones doing it or benefiting from it. So that makes sense. Because somebody go fight Boko Haram, it can now risk the lives of other road users. And the mad one, Sanwo-Iku, who acted like he's the Lord of the Manor and the rest of that. I was expecting them to also add the part to say, and you as a soldier, you should stop tarnishing and breaking the law, tarnishing the names and the image of the Nigerian military. Do not be found in places and areas that are compromised, compromised positions that are going to put you in a state where you get like, I would expect people to kind of add that. No. You touch a soldier, you bloody civilian. That's it. A lawless country. Nigeria. Somebody share the video. And this one is like one community in Akwa Ibom, I think. Is it Akwa Ibom or Cross River? I'm sorry. That person is going to tell you in this clip, right? Just to show you that it is not just your mineral resources that are being like aggressively exploited all over Nigeria right now, including those who are harming terrorists to chase people out of their community so that they could get whatever they could get there from there. They are doing what is called desertification, which means that guy was like, all our trees are gone. And they are on their way to China. You probably didn't know this. All right? People are being paid stipends to ensure that whatever can be taken from Nigeria, from every part of Nigeria, dubiously, rightly, wrongly, whatever, right? They are loading them out of Nigeria. Trust me. Here is one of them.
Jesus. Ha. My God.
Our forest is gone, completely gone.
Why they are looting their resources, left, right, and center, front and back, across Nigeria, killing them and the rest. Some of the communities were just out there collecting, toll pass from those people. Like pay us, so yeah, per truck, 1,500 naira. That's how much you are going to pay us before you pass here. If you don't pay us, you know they go. Okay, hold on. We'll go and bring our guy, we'll come and pay you. And that's how they will pay them until they move all of those things out of the certification. A lot is going on, but it seems that I have overshot my time. And I want to take calls tonight. So if you are still watching, okay, take a moment to like the broadcast, subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, okay? And the line is also going to be open, but that will be when I come back from this short break. Do not go anywhere. I will be back. Suwe. I have a caller on the line, I believe. Are you still there? Hello.
Maiyegun Baba. Ọmọ ilé tí mo pè ní ó bí like ó like mo win jackpot.
Tell me about it, Baba.
Hey.
How are you?
Fine. I'm not bad.
Nice
one. The country is gone, Maiyegun. The country is gone finally. There's no hope. All these pastors are just lying. Only the CBN, I think it's CBN, no. CBN 3.2 billion that they are taking a loan. I don't know whether it was your platform I saw it, where they're taking a loan for Nigeria.
I don't know if it's the same. The one I know is that of NNPCL. They are taking 3.3 billion from the Afrexim. I don't know if that's the same one you are.
You see? That particular one, yes. You see, this country, those people that have looted Nigeria have ganged up together to finally buy Nigeria. They have bought Nigeria. That 3.3 billion loan is given by Nigerians to Nigerians. And then you come and take crude oil in exchange because they're not paying the money back. Because the country, there is no hope. And they are waiting for free food. And then the pastors will come out and talk rubbish. Adeboye is just talking babbish.
You know what I
and they're still now listening.
People wanted to hear what you had to say.
A man does not have something. The thing is very funny. A man does not have a job. He has come to church. He does not have food in his house when he goes home to eat. He borrowed transport to come to church. And I tell him this week is his week. A man that does not have work. That's what they are just robbers. Then the better I do is to me. Don't call him better I do. It was I do opportunities. You have the opportunity to just change things. In just how many months you don't give money?
You don't go mad, like go crazy.
You know, like, all the women say they have the women pass the bed.
Baba.
I won't believe that will.
They will disagree with
you. The there shall done her own. You see the list of men, women. Anyway, they said what a man can do, a woman will do better. I think we should fear them more.
Especially if they have really invested.
No, the country is terrible. The country is terrible. I don't know. There's no hope.
We'll keep following it as they continue to unfold.
If you don't, there's no hope. There's no hope. Just forget it. It's only God that can save us. We said it already. Thank you.
Bless you. So there are those of us who believe that that God is not going to save anybody. Everyone will have to get ready. Roll up your sleeves and get ready. No, nobody is coming to save anybody at this point. Well, hello.
Yeah, in general.
Yes, sir.
Well done.
Well done. I mean, how are you there? How your side? You are connected, by the way. Baba?
Yes.
Brilliant. Go on.
How is everybody? How is your family? Hope all is well.
We thank God, though. We can't really complain, though. You know what I mean? So thanks so much for asking. And how are you yourself?
Thank you very much. We are fine. We are doing it. We are pushing it.
Bless you, man. Please.
By the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama. Elohim himself. Maiyegun, let me just give my own contribution, just a small bit. I don't know. I think, let me say, the looting of money in Nigeria. I mean, the politicians, when they start looting money in Nigeria, I think it started at the time of the year of 1979. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the actual year that looting of money or whatever they call it. That is when yes, become fat exactly. Let's call it 1979. I think that was the year that looting of money started in that country, Nigeria. I mean, politicians.
And that was when they
And now,
handed over to Shagari.
exactly. Yes, yes. Our own global eminent, of course. Yes, yes. Then after him, the Babariga man, the man that knows how to wear Babariga always, the best thing he knows on his life is to how to wear strange Babariga. That is Shehu Shagari, according by what they call him, what they usually call him.
It's a Shagari.
So, Shehu Shagari, yes, Shehu Shagari. Yes, that is the name, Shehu Shagari, yes. So, right from 1979 to this time, to this year, that is 2024 that we are, all this money that all these politicians that are looting, where do you think they are keeping the money?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. I think most of them, 70% of them, they are bringing the money in the Western world, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Like they take them out, and then the other way of bringing the money back is to loan the money to Nigeria. Is that what you mean, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's
so if we are to do something, we, especially we that are in diaspora, I think it is time for us to gather together and to give these people what they deserve to have. You understand? Okay, just look at it. They will come to Western world again and lend money, tell us that they lend money. And these people, these Western world people, they will be lending the money, and they without not collecting back the one they have lent before. And you keep on lending money.
I know.
So at times,
it's a conspiracy against.
Yes, it's against the people of Nigeria. At times, I've been thinking of all these things. Every blessed day, I got to think of these things. What is actually happening? These Western world people, they will be lending money to the Nigerian politicians, doing all those rubbish abracadabra that they're doing. Then the people that are collecting the money, I mean our politicians, we are not seeing them doing anything with that money. Okay, look at this Buhari issue. The picture you showed, this him and the former president of United States, what is his name? Donald Trump. Okay, they collected $1 billion from our then bought to carry whatever.
See, Buhari people robbed Nigeria. They took $1 billion to America. Yeah, they paid 425 million. Until tomorrow, nobody knows what happened to the remaining 475 till tomorrow. That was 575 collecting it from them. They only use going to America to take the money, and the rest is history.
Okay, look at what they're saying. Our own reserve money, we have no reserve again.
There's no real reserve.
Nigeria as a country, yes, they use the reserve and borrowed money.
That's right.
Okay, what did they do with the money? Nothing. Then those people that are borrowing them the money, what you have heard, even if you have not given them for the very first time, that's the first time that you're giving them, you have not given them before. That you can hear other countries that have borrowed money, just like this United Arab Emirates of London, or what the debt that they owe the Nigeria. The debt that Nigeria, yes, one person, one politician has paid by 10 times. That aspect in that United Arab Emirates by 10 times of debt that we are owing. Why don't they think of what this is? All these Western world people, you understand? This is like they are eating us mugu. You understand? So at times I keep on thinking of all these things. Why is Nigeria is facing all this type of problem? And when you check out this year, that it is intentional. They are doing it. They are doing it in order to suffer the countries. You understand? What I'm thinking, okay, look at, let me say, give this lady that you're talking about, you just narrate about what they call this minister. Yes, better I do. I even when the grant, I think, before the palliative something, I think Arise Station, they granted her interview. He said every decent thing, like he said, At the end of it now, she now became a disastress.
It's all just
You
she's a
understand?
drama queen, and she's indeed
Yes.
in the league in the league of other thieves. Anyway, I'll take another one, Mazi. Right? Thank you very much, as usual. Okay, I appreciate that.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's some home truth there. And sometimes when you say things to some point, you just be like, but why can't? Why can't? Just remember, I told you, like, no matter how many rhetorical questions you're asking yourself about why can't we, but just remember that Nigeria is exactly what they want Nigeria to be like. Now you the surprise. They want Nigeria to be exactly what Nigeria is now and will be in the future. If you don't stop them, they will make Nigeria that. So yeah, sorry, my caller. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Maiyegun, I'm fine. This is Odogu.
Hey, Odogu.
You don't
small
take.
boy's name. Baba, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Oh, yeah. Thanks for asking.
Maiyegun, I dey provoke.
Why?
I don't know where to start, but I just want to highlight small thing, and I just hope everybody is just listening.
Everyone is
Odogu,
you won't believe it. Oh.
Odogu.
Go on, Baba.
Odogu, I used to work with this government in a very highly placed place, and we used to enter villa, they come out, and some of these things happening today. This issue regarding Edu, I made a post today on my Twitter. Blast C4. You can go back there and check it.
I will.
Blast C4. So I made a post today referring to that issue. Now let me just paint a scenario. What happened? This issue of memo thing. This is what happens in every ministry. This is how they rob the country and the Commonwealth dry. So what they do is each time money is released, either approved by the National Assembly or whatever, they continue to hoard those monies until maybe towards the end of the year. They now raise fraudulent memos to use them to draw those monies. And go to every ministry, every parastatal, this is what is there is a normal thing. And another thing people don't understand is this Edu lady is just a victim. She clashed with someone that is highly placed. That is why all these things are coming. I'm not a fan of them. They are all a bunch of
me too,
criminals.
Because without that, all this leaked memo won't be in public. I know the truth, Baba. Go on.
Good. So probably she wanted to eat alone, or she got into conflict with somebody who is highly placed, and they wanted to use her as an example. And then yes, they want her out. And then these memos were created and developed by civil servants. I call them evil servants because they are not politicians. This lady doesn't even have any access. I used to prepare some of those memos. I used to have access to them, and I still have access to some of the researches we made, some of the investigations we made for 3-4 years while I was working for the presidency. Now, ministers don't do those memos. They are done by civil servants. And to tell you how bad these people are, when these memos are prepared, all the ministers does is just to approve. But some of them, the PAMSEC does that. But the case, the Coco case now, be say, as this memo was presented, and the Kasala boss, because maybe the woman wants chop alone, or she is not agreeing with terms and conditions, and then they are presenting her. But in the meantime, they are being orchestrated by the civil servants. And then I mentioned the people who are always involved with, when you hear this kind of issue coming up, there are 3 levels of people in that ministry that always cause this chaos. One is what is it called? The people in the accounts. So what they do is each time money is applied for you to get that money approved, you have to find a way to lobby them. And if you don't do that, they will never approve your money. They will never approve any trip, and you will never see their names. So that memo you saw there, they wrote 550, blah blah blah. In the real sense of the fact, that money might be more than 700 million. But what you see there is the people who are in the forefront, the accountants and the other procurement people. They are all part of that money, but you not see their name, you not see their amount.
If you try to jump them or bypass them, you will be surprised that everything you are trying to do will be on Facebook everywhere before you even know it.
Yeah,
and that's why people don't call them civil servants; they call them evil servants. I've heard that.
Evil servants.
I've heard that.
Yeah. So this lady is just a victim. So the people fighting this thing, they are the accountants. Then another people who are also forming block in that ministry, they are the procurement people. The procurement, they are the worst. So these people, what they do is every now and then. So some of them, in fact, let me give you an instance. There was a day I was running late, so I couldn't finish some of the things I was doing back that day. So I returned back to the office and I saw these people unloading laptops and computers and some of the furniture from the office. They were taking them back to the vendors they bought them.
Why?
At I think this I've forgotten the place in the I think area 3 where they sell computer stuff in Abuja. So what they were doing was they got they got approval for release of funds for those computers and those furnitures. And as soon as the approval was done and it was supplied, then from behind they went and took it back and collected money from them. Just go on my Twitter, I detailed everything, blast C4. I detailed what was happening. Then the other people who are also involved in this whole charade.
What about the part? What about that one? Because I don't want our listeners to, like you said, that you're not rooting for anybody and all that, right? What about the part where she also, like the memo she sent to the accountant general, right? Where she specifically also minutes, like you saw, right? Minutes said on it and said 585 million should be paid into so private account, right? I get the part where you said they kind of love to disburse all this money before the end of the year, or else the money will go back to the main what do they call that?
To the central bank.
Central bank will be here. And once it goes back, you can't touch it anymore until budget is approved. But the part where she actually minuted and asked, that did not present her as a victim. I wanted to kind of remember that, right? So the two parts to it is the minister signs. They are not ignorant, because what they do is either ways, whether they attend to those fake trips or not, they get part of the money. They get part of the money. Yeah, they do. Whether they move, whether they go or not. So what they do is they just sign those letters, those memos. So that signing that memo makes her culpable in all ramifications. And asking somebody to bring in another account, which is also against the civil service rule, makes her also culpable. So the issue was either she was trying to eat alone, or they were planning to set her up, or he steps up for somebody. Really wanted her out. You can tell. Like out.
Yes.
And it's not because she's the worst thief. No. It's just they just want her out and get somebody in. I think I get that.
Exactly. That's just the whole thing. Then another part that I also witnessed was this issue of secondment. If any day Nigeria wants to start solving problem, they should just, in fact, fire everybody in the civil service and ask them to reapply. Or first of all, create another civil service program and rule, then fire every one of them, and then ask them to reapply. Because the issue of secondment, I know one guy, what's his name? I know one guy who used to, every ministry, once you create a ministry, what he does is to shop around from one ministry to the other, wherever money is being budgeted and wherever things are happening. And he knows people in the high places. So he gets in there And then what he does there is once he gets in there, he has returns he's making to the bosses, people who are sending them to those areas. And then he will form a blog there and continue to, loot around there. And he's still in Abuja today in the ministry. Then the other part also that I also witnessed was the issue of using many youth corps members. So why do you need to pull somebody who is already in the ministry to come and be in another ministry as a secondment? They are the ones who are also creating that confusion.
It's like having two employments at the same time, isn't it?
Two employments. Yes, and they will tell you you can only eat one salary from one source, but the money they are making in that secondment is ×4 of what they are making as their salary. And they will tell you we are just coming to help them to set up, but it's not true. What they are doing there is
they will sneak their detail into the payroll and get paid as well, like other staff.
Yes.
And there's nothing in their system that could detect that double.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like double.
You will never. These are evil. They are called seasoned evil servants. I saw them for myself. And another thing they do is some of them, like this guy I was telling you that we worked. I met with. What he does is he usually goes and recruits all his concubines. Any woman that he recruits, he called himself the head of admin. And in some areas, he usually goes and recruits all these little desperate coppers. As a corps member, you are desperate, you are looking for a job, and he'll be recruiting them and be using them. So if you know Gri will just fire you. You wake up one morning, yes. You wake up one morning and then you see somebody in the office and be wondering where is this person coming from? And the next day the person is gone and you'll be wondering what happened.
What happened to that person again?
Yeah. So this is just a summary. I'll keep you posted.
Thank you very much for Nigeria sharing that. Gone. A lot of people are hearing that for the first time, including myself, by the way. Like hearing that for the first time in the sense that being really explained to about it. Thanks so much for sharing that. Okay. Let me take
Thank you. The details are on my Twitter. I just posted it there.
And I'm gonna look for you. Baba. You have a good one.
All right, brother. Right? Thank you.
I love that.
All right.
That's something that is inside. And some of you have heard that the civil servants are corrupt. A lot of you really
they are the ones corrupting.
Some of us does anyway. Argono, I think I have I thought I picked it up earlier. Sorry,
yes.
I have another caller here. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
The Prince JJ
My Tucano Mike.
How are you?
This is Prince JJ representing IPOB for live.
God bless you, Baba. There you go.
Baba, well done. Nice one today again. You're always on fire.
Thank you.
We salute, Baba.
Thank you, Prince.
Yeah, why I'm calling tonight is because of this minister Wike and the bet.
You are the one who's kind of going to touch Wike first tonight. Everyone seems to be about other things. Go on.
Well, when I see him, he was saying that people are rushing him to snap picture with him.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. People did you see him in London? He's been there a few times.
I will ask him, have you ever taken picture with IPOB? If he goes, if people are coming to him. Well, that is when he take picture with IPOB, you know that people are coming to him.
There is not even any picture that people are taking pictures with. I mean, you will see, for example, now, like, talking about taking pictures, right? Peter Obi is like a celebrity everywhere. Everywhere you see him, hey, Obi. All the pictures are there every day on social media. I have not seen any of with Wike. Let's be honest. But it's like he's living in his own world. You can't blame him.
Exactly. Baba, you see, people like Wike, if they enter anywhere abroad and they hide, people don't know when they enter and when they come out. You understand? By the way, if you look at a baboon looking face, you don't say they get resemblance. So our person go on you look person where go if you enter for your picture, not go spoil the picture.
Tell me about it. They say you know body shame or say the body shame with a Wike, and they are not going to let you do that. You are body shaming him.
Make him just respect himself. If you don't get matter to talk, maybe you just enter a house. Say people they take Russian to take picture. Eh? First where bring a repairable damages. Can't give Nigeria from Port Harcourt. Rig all the whole election. Man, people will come to take picture for you. People they're mad. If people they're mad, if in them mad, it is everybody they're mad like
So now everybody
Baba,
agrees.
Moku pack on one side.
You know, one aside.
You see Betty, you know, say that Betty. Now one of APC they used to this, you know, that they are master of distraction. You see, when the APC where they gather, you know, even they talk nonsense, they get people for background where begin the clap, you know, just to confuse you with their jargons. As they call you, they say recruit. You know, all the Agbadorians, you know, see job give them for Sambisa Forest. You know, that Betty, whenever they want to, you can see whenever they gather like this, you know, she will always be opening her teeth. I used to call her close-up woman. She will open teeth. She's among the distraction that they are using. If people are not clapping, she will come. She will open her teeth. Close up. You know. So maybe
Abike Dagboru.
You know. So they don't use her. They don't use her finish. Now you know. Say everybody get your own time. Maybe they won't put her on that bus. Or they want to, you know, say one thing.
We told you, Tifnubu is fighting corruption. She's mad. We've seen this before. Kind of, yeah.
You know, another thing where our people are supposed to know is, see this ABC. Every time, just look at every week or every month. What thing that they do, we say they go try to bring out one saga. That saga is to be buying time because they know that the whole Nigeria, everybody, they're para. You know, and as long as you people are, you know, are on top of that saga talking about it, you know, they are buying more time.
Everybody away.
They are buying more time. You know, say people no believe that they go reach this 7 months, going to 8 months. You know, so every day they keep Nigerian busy with one year story. If they no bring a Fubara, they go bring Wike. If they no bring Wike, they shout. All of them at the end of the day. Trump will call them together and say, oh yeah, all the whole people, APC, return back. Everybody return to your camp. You know, and Nigeria, they go bury that one. They go bring another better story. They will talk that one. After we talk that one finish, they will bring a henchman. Henchman go do their own. They will go begin talk that one. They buy time. Well, they know say Nigeria na time bomb. Well, my good general, well done, Jare. I just say make our people make them shine their eye with them.
Now, thank you very much, Prince Jejeman. I appreciate that. Okay, you have a wonderful evening yourself. All right.
You too, Baba.
So that's the prince. We also have Princess Balogun, whose birthday is today. She's a year older today. My own birthday comes in another 3 weeks, Isha. And that's what I is. So if you haven't said happy birthday to Prince, and to everybody whose birthday is today, by the way, because like I'm so terrible when it comes to birthday things, right? So happy birthday to you if today is yours too. And I mean that. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, ma. How are you?
New Year. I'm fine.
Happy New Year.
And happy birthday to the Yeye of the Temple of Truth.
Call her the Queen of
Princess
the Temple.
Balogun.
Happy birthday to her. Thank you, ma.
Yeah. Maiyegun, you see, this Baba Adeboye thing, you know, I'm not even gonna be like, I don't even blame the man that much anymore because he's a businessman.
Tell me about it.
And his people are his clients, so he's just selling to them what they want to buy.
That's so
true.
That's so true.
Nigerians are so obsessed with this prophecy thing that they expect that the GOs to give them prophecy at the beginning of the year.
Give us something, please. Give us something. Let's have something.
Give us something, you know. Yeah, it's like a balm to whatever their soul is, so it keeps them calm, so they will keep giving it to them. Because I don't see anything in what he was saying. There was nothing like extraordinary in what he was saying,
You know, those are
the
the ways
wind
they
is
usually
blowing.
say it, right? Until some of us
Uh-huh.
these days, if you go back to some of the prophecies like 20, 30 years ago, go and look at the pattern.
Yeah.
It's like people just seems to have outgrown all these things. They are tired of all of this. They know more these days. And that's why me and you can be like,
Yeah.
oh, that sounded so ordinary. Like, is that prophecy, Sha? You know?
How can that be prophecy now? There's going to be a medical breakthrough in diabetes and hypertension. I beg. These diseases, these are the two diseases that you can control just by your lifestyle choices that you make.
That's right.
And then you are in Nigeria. Somebody has diabetes in Nigeria. How is he going to control that when all you can eat is gari? The man only has gari to eat now
and
in the morning at night.
Have money to buy the gari. I told you, people are choosing between buying their medication or food.
Yeah,
in Nigeria right now. I've seen that.
Oh, and this is a disease where you have to control your carbohydrate intake. And all you have is gari. Tell me, it's not a magic thing.
It's not magic.
And high blood pressure, we all know that it's the food as well as your level of stress. Nigeria is heightened stress for everybody. I'm sure that half of Nigerians have high blood pressure anyway.
So many of them don't even know.
If they check them,
you know that
they don't know. Yeah,
and that's why they will tell
they
you.
don't know.
It was healthy this morning, and they said that it was just going and he fell and he died.
I know. Yeah,
we heard that all the time.
It's now, Akpetani, they say, he just shouted, he just shouted. That's it. Heart attack in here now, and no, he fought with somebody yesterday, and he said, me, those kind of nonsense, and people believe it, So, and the same thing with the Muslims too, religions, the practitioners of the religions want to enslave minds. You understand that? Look at the Fulanis now. Their elite, they already turned them into the hated tribe of Africa.
Unfortunately,
because everybody's just careful with them. They're afraid of them. They don't want to do anything with them because they turned you into killers, right? They lied to them that they have a superior bloodline to everybody else. And their forefather has promised them Nigeria, So now they send you out there to be the killers. They send your children on the streets to be almajiris. But their own children are all over the world, living the best life that money can buy them. But you are not thinking that, they are sitting on enormous wealth. Can you imagine what the amount of wealth that the Sultan of Sokoto is sitting on?
I can only imagine.
Let's even assume that Sokoto is Fulani state. Shouldn't the Fulanis in Sokoto be living the best of lives?
Should be an example of how great
it should be an example now.
What it looks like to be a Fulani and live in a Fulani place.
I know.
That's what I told you. See,
they should be living like the Saudis.
Yeah, I told
or the Emiratis in Dubai.
Okay, go on. I'll let you finish. Go on, please.
Yeah, that's where they should be living. They should be comparable to the Saudis in Saudi Arabia and the Emiratis in Dubai. And that's what we should be looking at them and say, look at the Fulanis, they're living well. But these people your elite are sitting on those massive wealth. But they are telling you to go and conquer the whole country and then your life will be better. And you asking them questions, and then the Muslims, they think that, Islam, you have to support Islam and all that.
No, you don't.
You are the one practicing Islam. I'm talking to the moderates right now. You are the one practicing Islam because you love Allah. And you were thinking about some Al-Jannah or something. The practitioners of Islam, the Fulani elite, they are not practicing Islam for that purpose.
No.
The reason they embrace Islam and they are propagating it is because of those doctrines of jihad and Muslim brotherhood. Because it's a very important tool for them in their mission of dominance and acquiring people's land. Because they can send you after the other people and tell them, get them killed in the name of Allah, in the name of Islam. And then they will tell you, oh, there's Muslim brotherhood, you don't challenge your Muslim brothers, you don't condemn what they do. And because of that, you're not going to...
You don't condemn your brother because of the infidel.
You don't, yeah, exactly. So you don't condemn them. And then, so they accomplish their mission. So that, and if we think that this is just in the north, it's also creeping into the west.
Gradually.
Maiyegun, I'm looking at our girls, young girls, 3-year-old, 4-year-old. They put this hijab on them. And I'm like, what? This child? You're putting a hijab on them? They don't follow protocol anymore. They want to wear it to school. They don't follow the uniform. Maiyegun, when I was going to school, I'm telling you, when I was going to school now, in Lagos now, half of the class, I went to a Catholic school, half of the class are Muslim children. I come from a family of predominantly Muslim, on my father's side. I can't even recall anybody that's a Christian there, And we don't wear all these hijabs. We don't, even our mothers, how Yoruba women, they dress now.
But the hijab is
they
different
just
from
tie the
Buddha.
scarf.
No, you know something? Their hijab is like that scarf you put on that make you look, this, what have you. But the Buddha is the one that covers everything. Which one are you referring to?
But even the hijab, though, Maiyegun, it's not just clothing,
I know.
It's a symbol. It's a symbol of mind control
and all that.
By the time you see a woman dressed like that, you know that everything she's doing is already, she's been programmed to not do certain things. You cannot eat certain things, you cannot walk, you cannot talk to certain people, you cannot, even up to the career that you can do. You understand? If you see somebody that's wearing hijab, can you ever imagine that this person is going to be the next Thames? What's that female singer, Nigeria, do you think that child, Tiwa Savage, and
no, you are going too far. They will never want.
She's never going to choose that kind of career. It's like you already put a bar onto how your child can grow.
Anyway, thank you, right, for indeed sharing that with us. I mean, that perspective is another very deep one. All right.
And if I could just
sorry, go on, say that.
If I could just ask you for something, Maiyegun, maybe during your Sunday sermon, if you can just be giving our people some critical thinking analysis, skills related to this religion, because this thing is destroying the whole country. Thank you so much for what you do.
What you really found out is the indoctrination of children in a religious way, and it goes both ways in a way, and they don't really serve anybody's interest other than those who want to control their mind. People need to begin to understand that. I get you, right? So, but thank you for sharing that still, right? Have a good one, ma'am. So that's some thought-provoking perspective. A lot of people will take that some people might kind of take that a little bit like offensive, but if you pay attention to what our lady was saying there, she was pointing out indoctrination, because those who do these things, in most cases, it's just to keep you that control. It's not even mainly for that religion per se. I've seen that happen many times. Here is a caller. I can't wait. Hello there.
Yes, so good evening.
evening, sir. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm Ifeanyi from Gabon.
Oh, Ifeanyi, have we spoken before? Like, have we?
Yes, 3 or 4 times.
Oh, that's familiar then. Ifeanyi, how are you tonight?
Yeah.
Is it night in Gabon right now? By
Yes. Now almost the same time zone.
Are we? That's class.
So yes, now the attitude, the long line, the what's it called? The vertical line, not be the horizontal one, so they count. So
I think that makes sense then. So, Baba, how you doing, Baba?
I'm okay. So I'm sorry, I did not follow because I was sleeping. So I just woke up.
Sorry.
Yes, but do you know about this guy called the Apostate Prophet? Have you heard about him before?
No, except if I have heard him differently. But tell us about that. Who is he?
So he's a Turkish, let me say an agnostic like you. If you get what I mean. I'm not insulting, no. So he used to be a Muslim. So that's why he calls himself Apostate Prophet on YouTube.
Right.
So I think you have to. There is this other one. Have you heard about
you? But I want to hear more because the reason why you actually brought him up. That's exactly what I want to know more. So go on. I'm still with you.
So yes, okay. Another man also. There is this other guy called. In fact, he's the one I wanted to talk about more. Christian Prince. And look, you think you know Islam, you don't know Islam. If you want to really know Islam, how evil Islam can be, or what the evil it stands for. If you understand that religion, you understand the mentality of the Fulani. That guy I'm telling you his name. What's his name? The second one, Christian Prince. In fact, no Muslim can. This guy is Allah himself. He's an Arab Muslim.
Okay.
He debates with Muslim, and since 2010 he started debating with Muslim. No Muslim has won any debates with him.
So, like,
in fact,
what is he all about? Is he like he's telling people about things that they don't?
The truths about Islam.
Yeah, others would like to be. Tell me, go on.
He's telling people the truth about Islam. In fact, the whole of the Quran, he has it in his head. The whole of the Hadith, all of them. In fact, even the obscure books you've never heard of, he knows about it. So much so that, do you know Zakir Naik now, the one that went to Nigeria a while ago?
Yes.
Zakir Naik is literally that Indian guy.
Yeah.
He is running away from Christian Prince. He doesn't want to debate. In fact, the very first time they talked about debating, between each other, what's his name? Zakir Naik brought up what is he called? An excuse. Oh no, Christian Prince must have 2,000. 2,000 followers on YouTube. But unfortunately, Christian Prince cannot have 2,000 followers on YouTube because once his subscribers, gets to 100,000, YouTube blocks it. Yeah, so that YouTube will simply block his channel. He has to open another one and start the whole thing again. So the one that really made me mad the other day was that Zakir Naik, he has a YouTube channel where he was doing his live and who was asking, the chat, people were asking him questions. Then Christian Prince went there and said, Zakir Naik, please, I want to debate with you. The whole chat said, yes, we want to debate. Yeah, you want to see that debate. Everybody, Zakir Naik, yeah, Christian Prince is in the chat. We want to see, they are typing. Zakir Naik saw it. We are watching him live. He just acted like, how he usually does his teeth. Acted like he didn't see it. That was when I knew that this guy, the whole thing is a fraud. The whole Islam, whatever. My brother, if you are a Muslim, or people who are watching, if you are a Muslim, please know your religion. Read your books. You will see what your books is all about. It is an Arab supremacist religion. That is why the Africans who are Muslims
Eh? I'm not talking about the Yoruba because I mean I like the way the Yorubas do their own. Unfortunately, people like Umuri are trying to change it. But the Africans, especially Fulanis, the why they are doing this is because they want to prove that as blacks, the Pakistanis do the same thing too. As Pakistanis or as blacks, they can be as worthy Muslims, just like the Arabs. You go to Dubai, Islam is in the shadows. You know that very well. Islam is in the shadows. They don't really practice Islam there. But you come to Fulani land, they are practicing Islam.
Yeah, there are some of these fanatics who actually believe that even Saudi Arabia is not practicing true Muslim Islam.
They are not practicing Islam. They are not practicing Islam in Saudi Arabia. Women, they okay. Bin Salman came now.
Yeah, those ones they believe that they are following the hadith of jihad and all of that.
Yes.
When others are calling themselves moderates. Wait. Anyway,
the so-called moderates.
Yes. Some people say that there is no moderate, there's no Muslim is Muslim. And
no, there is no moderate. No, there is no moderate. Those are the hypocrites. Those are the hypocrites. The real ones are the ones who are violent. Just go and read the books. Anyway, let me stop here. Thank you so much.
I'll leave it at that too.
Okay.
If I thank you so much
bye-bye.
for that.
Yes.
And last night, okay, one of my callers came on and he said, I think I don't know how to phrase it. He said something that he mentioned Awolowo. Okay, I think I was reading at those who participated in the organized genocide that they call war in Nigeria, and the whole story around it and every other ones you have heard. Okay, so I said that we probably won't be here if those who had the chance at the time, right, who also kind of made the decision that led to the whole bloodshed, the bloodshed and the killings and all that, if they probably did otherwise, share, their decisions and all that. Then I said, people they killed and those who killed people who kind of carried out the genocide, they were rewarded, all right? And their victims saw all of that. They all went on to become head of state, head of that, rich this, rich that, general this, general that. And they just said, no winner, no vanquish. So then I started mentioning the active soldiers who eventually carried out the genocide. And I was kind of mentioning the names. And that my caller now answer me, say something like, and Awolowo. And somebody said, but Awolowo didn't Awolowo wasn't a president, okay? In any way, he wasn't even in a position to make any decision during the war and all that. Somebody now picked that. And they tweeted me, because I wouldn't know what you say. You tweet at me. So they tweeted at me and said, Maiyegun, you needed to have corrected that. I was like, no, it doesn't really work that way. Okay. Normally I can come on and set record straight and say, well, with this social record and with that record, right? This is what the fact says. But one thing everybody should understand is when I say something, right, I don't really want to be like right and all of that all the time. It's not about being right or wrong and all that. That's why whatever I say to you, before I add my own opinion to it, I will first sort of share with you the details of what we are discussing. So you will know the details first, then you will kind of hear my own view. Most times when I say my own views, a lot of you just laugh. That's my views, right? And I do that for like an hour and a half, and sometimes 2 hours. I have that privilege to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk for 2 straight hours, or even 3 hours. But you see, when I open the line, and people begin to call in, and I start picking all these random calls, I just believe that whoever is at the other end of the call, they also have right to express themselves how they feel. You know what I mean? Like if they call in and say, you this Maiyegun, I have been watching you for the past 5 years. You are just so full of yourself. Let me tell you something. You are just so. I'm not going to start screaming like idiot here and start being like, your papa, I mean, you they talk to. I mean, they'll go on. No. I will just sit down here and let you say your stuff. And I'll ask you, can I say something too? Because when you begin to phone in, it's your own time. See, most times when I speak or kind of talk back, I just want to make the conversation interactive. Sometimes I will agree with you, what you are saying. It's not because I kind of agree with what you are saying per se, but it's just to make it more conversational. Sometimes it's to help you, okay, to push home your points. Mine is not to argue with you, like, oh, that's not true. No, that's not. You know what I mean? I can only give a sort of a caveat, cover up and say, well, that my caller said so and so, but that is not totally what happened. Let me tell you what I know happened, and you too can go and verify whatever happened, okay, and check. So don't expect me to argue with people here simply because I want to try and correct them. I have learned that it's unnecessary. Sometimes you throw your caller off guard. Sometimes I do try to correct people too. I say, can I say something? The quick one. What you just said there is not like how it happened. Do you remember? So, and sometimes they will agree with me and say, no, that's not the one I'm saying, Maiyegun. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm learning now to make everybody comfortable on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, because everybody is responsible for whatever they say. I am responsible for what I say. I mean, I am responsible for that. That's why I say you can sue me, you can say things. So when people call in and say things, I encourage people to always think about the demography of people that are listening to them, okay? And instead of using the sort of a general blanket statement, we should all learn, okay, to use phrases like some people, okay? It is called, what do you call that again? It's called intelligent thinking, something like that. Anyway, my time is up. Our time is up. I wish we could probably take it a bit further. Our time is up. I know we didn't start on time, but trust me, we have exhausted all our full 3 hours. Nothing is left out, okay? So you have not been shortchanged. So I'm going to see you some other time. All right? Thank you so much for spending your evening with me this evening. Like the broadcast, subscribe to my channel, right? And then share it, okay? I appreciate everybody who called in tonight, who contributed to this conversation tonight, okay? And to the rest of you, we never stop sharing the broadcast to tell everyone else to be here next time. Thank you. And we'll see you some other time. So, good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. MaiyegunDiary, lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. MaiyegunDiary, gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. MaiyegunDiary, àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. MaiyegunDiary, bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. MaiyegunDiary, ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. MaiyegunDiary, MaiyegunDiary, Diary Politico. MaiyegunDiary, Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. MaiyegunDiary, ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. MaiyegunDiary, àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí